In one of our previous videos, we have discussed about how UP government has put an end to UP's mafia culture. If you want to watch that video, we have given the link in the description box below. And today we will be discussing about how the government has shifted its focus on developing UP's economy and infrastructure, which will help enable and empower UP's business development and overall economy. Not only that, the government has set a target to make the state a $1 trillion economy by the year 2027. Now this is a huge challenge, especially considering that the state's economy stood at only around 250 billion US dollars in 2022. So in order to achieve this target, the state will have to undergo massive transformational reforms to give it a growth of 26% as compared to the current rate, that is around 9.3%. So the question that lay ahead was, how can this be achieved? And the answer was the 9 million active MSMEs of Uttar Pradesh, which is not only the second largest contributor of employment after agriculture, but also contributed to 60% of UP's annual industry output. So now the government has focused on utilizing the manufacturing and production capabilities of this particular sector in a way that each and every district benefits from and also contributes to the state's economy. So here is where in January 2018, the exceptionally unique ODOP, that is One District One Product scheme, was introduced. By the time the initiative had completed 3 years since its launch, 80,000 artisans had been trained, 40 million had been employed, and exports rose from 80,000 crores to 1,20,000 crores. The exports from ODOP scheme alone rose from around 55,000 crores in FY 2017 and 18 to 65,982 crores in FY 2018 and 19. And this may also increase state's GDP by 2%, making the ODOP not only an example of determination and political will, but it also has the makings of an immensely interesting and educative business case as well. So what exactly is the ODOP?
One District, One Product is an initiative which is seen as a transformational step towards realizing the goal of Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Well, the program aims to make districts in states product-specific traditional industrial hubs.
आज उत्तर प्रदेश की वन डिस्ट्रिक्ट वन प्रोडक्ट की योजना न केवल देश के अंदर लोकप्रिय योजना बनी है, बल्कि दुनिया में भी इसकी एक नई धमक है।
वन डिस्ट्रिक्ट वन प्रोडक्ट, मैं समझता हूं अपने आप में ये गेम चेंजर है।
As we all know, Uttar Pradesh is not just a land of historical tales, mesmerizing monuments and diverse religions, but also a land gifted with diverse geographical and cultural diversities, and also known as the heartland of India, which boasts a rich cultural heritage, and it also homes some of the most mesmerizing and breathtaking art and handicrafts. Almost every single district of Uttar Pradesh prides itself with a unique and distinctive pieces of artifacts, handicrafts, paintings, sculpture, and even food products. So under the ODOP scheme, the UP government has selected and focused on 1 to 2 products from each of the 75 districts that they are specifically and traditionally known for. The primary objective of the government was to revive the dying crafts of Uttar Pradesh and to tap the potential of these artisans and to promote, preserve, develop, and brand the local arts and crafts spread across the state to compete with the international markets. For example, the holy city of Varanasi is also famous for the finest silk saris in India, with its gold and silver zari and opulent embroidery in vibrant and rich colors. Or Kannauj, also known as the perfume city with a long historical background, with a legacy of making highly labor-intensive perfumes following traditional methods and organic ingredients passed on from generations to generations. The timeless beauty of brass and handicrafts of Moradabad. The city is home to the finest of artisans with generations of transferred knowledge on metal characteristics. Saharanpur, on the other hand, deals exclusively in wooden artifacts, furniture, and toys. Not only that, other dying and neglected crafts like intricate handloom, leather goods, wooden toys, mesmerizing carpets and dharis, and much more are also listed under the ODOP scheme. Let us take a look at some examples of the products that are branded, repackaged, and introduced in a manner which can enable them to compete in international markets. Zigrana, an emerging luxury perfume brand from the perfume city of Kannauj in Uttar Pradesh, has now joined hands with Khazana, the prestigious lifestyle brand of the Taj Group of hotels. And this partnership will enable exclusive range of traditional Indian attars to be showcased to a much broader audience. Under this collaboration, Zigrana will now showcase the brand's portfolio in multiple cities like New Delhi, Mumbai, and Hyderabad in form of exhibitions. The perfumes have now also been made available on leading online stores. Similarly, one another shining example of the ODOP scheme is Kala Namak rice, which belongs to Siddharthnagar district of Uttar Pradesh. The Kala Namak rice is one of the finest qualities of scented rice in India, also known as the Black Pearl of Uttar Pradesh, and is an excellent blend of taste and nutritional values with longer shelf life. It is said that Lord Buddha had offered this red husked Kala Namak to his followers and assured them that it will give fragrance to their lives and will always remind people of him. Hence, it is also known as Buddha Ka Mahaprasad. This distinguished variety of rice, which was almost anonymous till date, has now been attractively packed and rebranded as a Buddha rice. The rice was popularized, promoted and marketed by the state government in a festival called as the Kala Namak Mahotsav. The cultivation of Kala Namak rice is estimated to increase from 285 hectares to a considerable 10,000 hectares. And the effectiveness of the branding was such that the Buddha brand of rice saw a threefold increase in its exports in just 3 years. Today, thanks to the ODOP scheme, around 11,000 products are now available on giant e-commerce platforms like Amazon, eBay and Flipkart. Not just that, to promote these MSME businesses, 23 national exhibitions were organized between March 2020 to 2021 alone. An ODOP online mart has also been set up to expand and explore a wider customer base, helping them to cater national as well as international audience. The government has also announced special incentives to minorities, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and poor entrepreneurs, because of which ODOP has now become the backbone of UP's economy, contributing to its employment and economic power. ODOP today has become the backbone of the MSME sector of UP, making it the biggest investment destinations today. The success of the ODOP scheme is so huge that from 1,20,536 crores of UP's total exports, 96,000 crores come from the ODOP scheme alone. The initiative has not only given the much needed push to the neglected crafts and small enterprises, but set a tone for a steady and striking increase in exports from UP, with almost an increase of around 32% to the overall exports from the state. If we look at the history of Uttar Pradesh, despite being the largest and most populated state of the country with immense potential and possibilities, there were little opportunities for laborers and lower middle class due to lack of industries and also the public sectors. Now this has a deep and negative effect on employment opportunities. On the other hand, the agriculture sector was overemployed. So the people in Uttar Pradesh had no option other than to seek employment elsewhere and to migrate to other states in search for livelihood for decades together. And here is where the benefits of ODOP scheme come in. The ODOP scheme is expected to provide jobs and self-employment opportunities to around 1.2 million youths over the next 2 years. Now this has ultimately increased the employment rate of Uttar Pradesh and has stopped the migration of people from UP to other parts of the country. Instead, they are now establishing their own businesses and are now employing themselves in UP itself. Almost a huge success at home and abroad, the ODOP scheme has reached international markets, with exhibitions being organized in around 19 countries, which include the US, UK, Hong Kong, Turkey, Egypt, Germany and many more. Thanks to the ODOP scheme, UP can now not only hope of becoming a $1 trillion economy, but also make a decisive contribution in making India a self-reliant nation. And at the end, we leave you with images of Prime Minister demonstrating his commitment to vocal for local by presenting the ODOP products of Uttar Pradesh to the heads of the government present at the G7 summit in Germany. But before we leave you with the images, Here's something else you should know. Impressed by the massive success of ODOP in Uttar Pradesh, almost 27 states across the nation have announced their interest in implementing the same scheme in their respective states. The result was a whopping 1,102 products being branded and promoted from 761 districts across the nation. Now, regarding the ODOP scheme, we want to know what you feel about this scheme and what products can your district offer under this scheme. Please let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell icon for more such upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.